reading for the upcoming ingress of Saturn moving into Aries. We've obviously got Neptune already there. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of Ultra Love. If you're new here, welcome. We like to read tarot. We like to have a little bit of intuitive noodlings, like spiritual stuff and alchemical healing. I wrote a book called The Fearless Life Guide and have built a brand called Ultra Love. And there is a Patreon community. My patrons get ad-free first access to the Be the Change courses, and a 10% discount on working with me, whether you want to do yoga, meditation, regular tarot readings, right? So feel free to check all that out. I do want to tune in. So it's sort of that broad collective energy here. So you take what resonates and leave the rest. This is for Saturn moving through Aries. So this is a 2.5 year transit. And it can be quite impactful for cardinal signs. I am an intuitive reader, my lovers. I'm working at the minute at opening up and grounding into more psychic energy. I do feel that collectively that's coming more online. Intuitive, psychic, they work together, right? We're tuning into invisible realms. We're listening from within self to that quantum energy field, and more people are going to be awakening to their abilities and also being open to the abilities of others. Why does yoga work? That's very Saturnian, actually, because yoga, like other physical embodiment practices, help us to be really present in our bodies and help us to become more self-aware, so that we're attuning to a neutral energy, clear messages, right? As in, and I've definitely experienced this, but if we're in survival mode, if we're super duper stressed, if we're not feeling safe in our bodies, yeah, that it can be tricky, if not impossible. It's still there, it's all part of the human experience. But it's going to be more challenging to tune in on that neutral space because our body's working so hard to survive the day, the moment, right? So I'm getting that hit of, okay, the collective messages, divine guidance and love and clarity for this collective. Anybody who stumbles upon this video, when you resonate, feel free to subscribe, share, comment. It's a lovely community here, wonderful creators. This was recent as well, fiery energy messages coming through, finding our strength. What's the Eight of Swords about? Eight of Swords is a being blind card, feeling trapped, feeling imprisoned by our own mind. In the image, we're not actually imprisoned, exiled as well. So there's also a message here coming through of feeling exiled from a community, because for some reason I never noticed it before, but like there's like a village, a mountain village behind this character, and she's very much outside. He or she pardon me, she's very much. And then the cough makes me think of, this could be that essence of feeling like exiled for speaking your truth and feeling alone. I don't get a sense that you're actually alone. This is more about taking time to be on your own, to cultivate the wisdom of illumination of self and self-actualization. So this feeling of being trapped, this feeling of thinking that you're trapped is going to reveal itself. It's going to be like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was doing that to myself, a self-deception kind of energy. Hence strength, the strength of Saturn. Okay? Like really cuz Saturn is heavy maybe, but Saturn is endeavoring a discipline, embodiment, like yoga, doing these physical practices on a regular basis, or going to the gym, or meditating every day, or whatever it might be. That regularity is ultimately what reaps the reward, right? I feel like for some of you too, your attention is being turned maybe to matters of the heart and collaboration. This is also like you okay, somebody, the Page of Wands is a message coming in. And I'm kind of sitting with the message around like somebody wanting to talk to us about something, somebody moving forward. I'm kind of getting a sense that this is their energy. There is a Queen of Cups. That makes me feel like someone who, like, okay, there was not a foundation. So you're dealing with a Queen of Cups or a King of Cups. Okay, for general readings, for sure, we can um, use the gender that resonates with you the most. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's like third time is lucky or fourth time is lucky. Like, um, so the Page of Wands is sending a message that someone is coming in to want to make an offer. And this is something that, whether it's the same person from the past coming around, as in it didn't work out. There was a loving connection. It didn't go the distance. It wasn't able to ground. Three of Pentacles. There wasn't any collaboration. There wasn't enough reciprocity. And my sense is that the water sign energy is wanting to come back in a more anchored, grounded way to really make the offer. I feel like your energy has, again, maybe felt in exile, maybe been in this hanged man energy. I mean, I think with the Neptune in the early degrees, so we're in anaretic territory, okay? We've had Neptune at 29° Pisces moving into 0 and then 1°. These are all anaretic degrees. These are usually a little bit more potent, a little bit more, like masterful and energetically potent. Um, really having some wild dreams. Um, the Saturn gives me the vibe, and maybe Neptune as well, like feeling extra tired or a little bit restless, right? Either end of that spectrum. Pisces certainly like, ooh, feeling this kind of being emptied out a little bit, drowning in our own watery energies. Hearing something about, going with the flow. And then with Saturn, that's not easy. It's like, how do you expect me to go with the flow when I have the, like, and yet here we are, like, because you got to. Bearing in mind also, it's like, that, that we're all being guided as far as, the global changes, the inner changes, uh, yeah, and those anaretic degrees can be a bit spicy, can be challenging, can bring up the worst of the worst, and then the next day offer up some miracles, right? It looks here like we are dealing with a wand energy. So this is a king of wand. We're dealing with a fire energy and we're dealing with a cup, a water energy. Okay. Ooh. So the cup energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, looks like they've either been hiding or they were hiding certain messages. They were not forthcoming with the truth. Again, this is more than likely a partnership of sorts that couldn't go the distance. It couldn't anchor in the stability or security. Queen of Cups, the water energy, turned her back, or they turned their back on the love. I just get a sense of somebody coming back, returning a message, returning a gift. There's something here about like a poisoned perspective. So somebody here could be, we could be dealing with like a poisoned perspective around security, money, having enough. And there could be certain illusions breaking down via attachment, via addiction, even. Neptune, Pisces, you know. So we're dealing with a water sign and a fire sign. This is a love situation that couldn't go the distance. Oh, okay. Whenever there's two of cups. That's why I'm interpreting maybe this is a love situation that wasn't able to go the distance, because three of pentacles reverse is like we were not able to create a stable foundation. Both people, however, are reversed, which means like they weren't able to meet, or they both had maybe too much, like both a lot of healing, or were at a distance, or we're dealing with addictions, or we're dealing with instability. Like they're at a distance, they're on like different playing fields almost. Like these two people were not able to really meet because they're both not like fully risen. They're both like the cup energy is dealing with melancholy and a lack of stability. The wand energy is dealing with addiction and also instability. So there's a message, right? Yeah, I mean, oh wait, these are, I always engage, you know, with internet land and any media, like taking what resonates, leave the rest. These are for entertainment purposes, right? Like at the end of the day, we all just have to tune into our lives and deal with what we're dealing with. And there was an energy yesterday come through, and this could be related to the Saturn in Aries as well, but that the real world, nature, grass, seasons, birds, bees, plants, and trees, you know, like people talk about connection, but if we're just on our phones all the time, if we're just in our cars all the time, if we're just going from a building to another building and talking to people who are talking to devices to our da 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 da, we're not connecting to the real world. And the real world are the river streams and the waterways and the nature. And there's an element of like slowing our vessels down enough, like slowing down the mind, body, spirit enough to hear those messages. those messages are coming through divine connection, right? And there's like I'm feeling it now. There's like a slowing downness that's required to connect and perceive like through that lens, right? So I'm being pulled to that Eight of Sword again, where trusting the exile, like trusting the Hanged Man, trusting the time that we spend on our own is garnering that strength. Pure strength, pure faith. Something about too, like the mission is upon you, I'm hearing. So I'm feeling it. It kind of goes both ways, but both this fire and this cup energy are moving forward. There could be a breakthrough in the harmony here. The cup energy might have been hiding stuff. The wand energy was dealing with addiction, instability, and a lack of success. But now the wand, the fire, pardon me, yeah, the fire sign is wanting to move forward here. The fire sign is wanting to move forward, wanting to have success. I just read about the dragonfly as well, but the dragonfly has definitely come up in the reverse now. So I'm curious about, sometimes the dragonfly can be, again, about certain deception or self-deception. Reverse dragonfly suggests that you may have become trapped in illusions created by others' plans or ideas, in which case you have given your power away, or is self-delusion preventing you from seeing your real motives and emotions, which you may be hiding from yourself? Yeah, there's definitely like an energetic dance here of self-deception, giving our power away. And again, that's very these big heavy outer planets moving into Aries after Chiron, like healing the self, knowing the self, is that we're wanting to be really, this isn't selfish in as far as like some trampling over other to get ahead in the dog eat dog world. This is autonomy. This is knowing self. This is being a self-responsible creator to create the world and then meet other self-responsible creators to collaborate in creating that world through autonomy. So it's almost like the bravado, the ego, the external delusion stuff has to be broken down. Whew! This is where, again, maybe we do lose some manas. Maybe we lose our footing a little bit, or stability. There's something about cherry picking. I'm not even 100% sure what that means. Like, but I do get a sense that the review might take us down a notch. So we might be challenged, but ultimately this is deepening our sense of strength, Saturn. Really putting the work in to achieve a goal and then build upon that goal. And for a lot of people, it's love and connection. For others, it's more business stability, foundation to grow, to build. Illumination from our own delusions, and knowing that we are rising, knowing that we are following that inspired life force to then break through. Oof, the frequency shift card here. yeah, Pluto is pulling back into retrograde. So the in Aquarius. So there could be again important technological things that we're having to look over. Mm, yeah, even again looking back and pulling back to review perhaps delusion. Where have we given our power away? What systems or patterns or yeah, what systems, patterns, in what way have we given our power externally that we want to reclaim, that we want to pull back? But I do get a sense here there is a message coming through that should be a bit of a boost to then move us forward. Part of the blindfoldedness, part of the not being able to see, part of being trapped in our own delusion is about garnering faith and strength. In relationship, any kind, one-to-one relationship, business, friendship, lover, there is some sort of breakthrough here on the cards, but again, we're wanting to be almost hyper vigilant with not re-entering codependency, giving our power to others, focusing on other people's dreams rather than knowing our own vision. And knowing that the visions that are not going to withstand the future, the for the good of all, they're going to crumble. Where the devil's at work kind of thing. Where the devil is at work, those illusions will crumble. That's interesting because that message from the dragonfly, I was out for a walk yesterday. It was a thick, energetic day yesterday, and I did eventually get out for a walk. And at one point, was just staring at these dragonflies, um, dancing, flying, and they were really, really captivating. And I'm looking at this bird, this sort of almost like a hummingbird as well, energy, where it's like it says, "Don't stay earthbound, take flight," and that energy's been coming through more as well as far as like just having to live our lives, right? Like at some point we can be doing all this healing and we can be um in our heads, right? And at some point we just have to live the life, do the thing, break through. So again, it says in any case it's time to leave the daydreaming behind and begin again with the magic of life. Create it the way you want it to be in harmony with the whole of creation. And it's like not needing other people's permission, not needing a certain amount of money, not needing a partner or a friend or whomever to do it with us or to give us permission to live the life that we want to live. If the vision's coming through us, that's our vision. But the Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups, I would say there's more than likely offers coming in. Okay, so if you are kind of wanting to move forward, there is success on the cards, there is romance on the cards, there is the breakthrough energy and the harmony energy. So this is having a breakthrough in your state of bliss or in your state of harmony, right? There's something about like the whole that I can't help but notice the cherries in the devil card. Picking and choosing versus accepting the whole. There's a growth spurt in the way that we love. There's something about our ability to go a next level in loving ourselves wholly and completely. And this might be the pullback with Pluto and Aquarius that, maybe there's ways that we're not fully embracing the wholeness of who we are. Hence, we're gaining a new perspective. We're getting more faith and strength. We're going to then shift the frequency a little bit more and then send a message and or receive that message that then helps us to elevate, feel more powerful, and then have a breakthrough. A breakthrough that helps us to land in sustainability partnership, right? In reciprocity, so that we don't like fail again, or so we don't have that perception of failing again, or entrapping ourselves, or isolating ourselves, exiling ourselves, right? We want partnership, we want collaboration, but we've had to humble ourselves a bit to really step into that in authenticity. I think that's the messages. I'm curious if that resonates with you guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for helping me grow the channel. Again, if you want to support my brand, I really, really appreciate all of your comments and subscribes. So this is one of my journals at altalovetmail.com. All of the links and stuff are in the descriptions, and you can see links to the shop on these videos. There's mugs and there's like backpacks and stuff like that, or certainly tote bags, sweatshirts and hoodies. And you can buy my book on Amazon, Kindle, and Audible if you're interested in reading the book. And obviously, joining the Patreons, you just get ad-free first access and discount to work with me. So you get 10%. Top tier patrons get a link that offers you a 10% discount on booking readings, which you just plug in at checkout. And or I can discuss packages. I do yoga with people online as well, so I tend to fuse yoga, breathwork, and meditation with people. And yeah, I work with people really regular. I have a lot of long-standing yoga meditation clients, and there's packages for the yoga and the tarot as well. And top tier patrons get access to the Be the Change courses as well. And I really just mostly appreciate you guys joining me here on the internet land. I've been on the internet for a really long time, and I really appreciate this community. It's a very loving community. And at the minute, I have taken a break from the WhatsApp app. I'm working with someone to promote the apparel store, so there's content going out on Instagram, Ultra Love Apparel. But I'm really kind of pulling away from Meta, so I'm personally not really on Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. So emails and contacting me through the website. Thanks for being here. Best of Hala Shazam joyfulness for the Saturn ingress into Aries to join Neptune. We're in for a wild ride and a lot of spark in these next few weeks and months. So, like some of you have reflected, more socializing, a little bit more awareness in that kind of awakening spirit with Neptune in both Saturn and Aries, like more people awakening to the new energy, which is high vibe, right? With air and fire. It's like the flam that stokes the fire kind of thing. Um, so yeah, thanks so much, you guys. Thank you for being here, for helping me grow all to love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace out.